Hello and welcome back to Leeds lately for the live watch along of Leeds United versus Villareal in a pre-season friendly. Of course, the lineup is on the screen. We'll get into that shortly. Just need to make sure that we've got the match set up and ready to go as well. Oh well, Leeds are not a championship team anymore, are they? So they won't be under that. Let me just try to find that. Here we are. We should be all okay. Hopefully, we've got okay audio today. Scoreboard is showing 1-0. Thank you, David. I completely forgot about that. Let me undo that for a second. There we go. 0-0. Hopefully that's not a premonition of what's to come. Let's just see how... Oh, not much above where I'm actually sat already, so... No, Villareal haven't already scored. Let's just sit my chair up a little bit straighter so that when I do lean back, we're still in shot. There we go. Perfect. Trying something different. I just thought I'd put this together just before the game kicked off. I tell you what I can do though, which I am going to do. We want the lineup panel and we want it actually over on the left instead. How does that look? That looks better because then you can see Leeds lately in the background of our logo and everything. So that's perfect. Yeah. So look, I'm just trying this out. Obviously, I'm quite small, but given the size of the desk, I still think I'm too big slightly. I think if we were to go in completely in proportion, we'd be going. Let's find it. Hold on. If we were going to completely into proportion, I'd probably be like this big. And I'd probably be a bit higher up as well. So we're going to have to deal with it. Either that or we can go huge behind a thing like that. Do we prefer that? I mean, we all know that I'm not in a real studio. So if we could suspend belief slightly, I think me being a little bit bigger like this probably actually adds to it a little bit, just so that you can actually see me properly. I think that might be a better way to do it, you know. Obviously... We're kind of, suspending belief a little bit, but we are, we all know why we're here, just to watch Leeds United. So let's lock all of those assets. And yes, welcome back to Leeds lately then for the live watch-along of Leeds United versus Villareal at Elland Road. The lineup is on the screen. Looks like Meslier is not involved in the squad whatsoever, and Lucas Perry also isn't in the squad at all either. We've got a starting lineup of Carl Darlow. Schmidt seems to be in the right back position. Then you've got Rodon and Strauch as centre-backs. Biol is on the bench. Goodmanson is over in the left-back position. Then you've got Ampadu, Longstaff and Stack as a three-man midfield. And Nonto over on the right, I think. Metcher through the middle and Aronson over on the left. Tell you what, I'll get the bench up as well just so that we can... because there's a few little surprises on there. Let's have a little look. On the bench, we have... Oh, no, Meslier is on the bench. Sorry about that. Meslier, Cairns, Biol, Byram, Tanaka, Gruev, Crew, Ramazani, Chadwick, Gray, and Joel Pirou make up the bench as well. So in case you wanted to know that as well. Big Chaz is saying I've seen that Perry had a small injury niggle before joining us. So yeah, that probably is why he would be. That's probably why he wouldn't be available for this in that moment. Of course, remember as well, if you want to get your Leeds United away kit or you want to get any other Leeds United merch, then make sure you go ahead and let's move that down for the live watch alongs because it's slightly too high up there. So if we put it there instead, let's just try it again a second. Essentially, if you use my link in the description down below, I will get a small kickback from that, and it'll allow you to help support the channel. Bogle is not in the squad either, which is probably why it looks like Schmidt is going to be the one that's starting at right back. And as well, when you kind of look at the bench, you've got Byram, who could potentially go on at left back or right back. But after that, not really got any options for full backs. So we are a little bit light on the ground there. But then it's pre-season, isn't it? So I'm not sure about Bogle. There's potential that it's through an injury, or we're not quite sure really on that one. I don't think anybody knows. But yeah, hopefully we can see a bit of Harry Gray as well once he gets. Hopefully he gets a chance as well. But yeah. I'm hoping that we can do this, although I do not seem to be getting any sound from the actual game, which is ever so slightly worrying. I mean, I don't need the commentary, but it's nice to have a little bit of commentary in your ear as well to help out with facts and things like that, anything like that as well. But yeah, I suppose it is on LUTV as well, and that probably will be less interrupted footage. Don't know. Let's have a little look. It's a £5. Is it worth a £5 on LUTV? Just so that we guarantee that it's not going to be stopping and starting. The only thing is, Pierre, that if, like... Hold on, I'll show you what happens if I did do that. So, where is it? Desk. Because the desk is already... Hold on. There's already a desk behind it. So technically I'm not behind it unless I make it big enough to be behind it, if you get what I mean. But anyway, it's just a test out. Like, I did it in like 10 minutes just to have a look at what it might look like, what kind of thing we could do to change it up this season a little bit. So inevitably I'll come up with something a bit better before the actual start of the season. But this was just a little kind of what can we do? Bit different anyway, isn't it? So hopefully it could just be a little bit of a kind of pre-season thing. Maybe I'll figure out something. I'll figure out something in the end. But yeah. Anyway, we're not long now until kick-off, are we? Should be about 5 minutes away. But we are getting a lot of buffering and stuff. I think I'm just gonna bite the bullet and pay for it on LUTV. Pulse of one, disconnect. Why does it also say that we're live now at the Aviva Stadium for the Milan game? Let me just confirm this. Yeah, but I kind of got to do it, haven't I, for the live watch along. Just approve that payment, confirm that it's me. Got it. Continue. There we go. Afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I'm excited to see Anton Stack as well. That's what we haven't talked about. So Longstaff and Stack. Stack is his first start, of course. Obviously, it doesn't... Hi, CB. Thank you for the compliment on the setup. Yeah, I'm just trying to test a few things out. I can't, David. The problem is that you can't do things like that because that's what gets you banned, essentially, from YouTube. And I've worked for 4 years to nearly get to 10,000 subscribers, so I'm not going to risk it. I just can't really. Essentially, on YouTube, you'll just find people doing live commentary. I can watch it, but I can't. Yeah, I can't put it on the other way around. Let's just swap around that so that the right, there we go. Let me just check. Go in the. Oh, by the way, if you haven't already, after this stream, have a watch of my video from 12 o'clock today, where we talked about Bilal El Khanous and how he might fit in at Leeds United. Welcome everybody who's joining me. Welcome to Karen Curtin. Welcome to everybody in the chat down below. Welcome to all our Leeds Lately members, of course. And yes, how nice it is to be back for a live watch along. We've been doing the live transfer streams, but that's been very much a kind of just chatting with not much to watch. It's just been chatting about the transfers, and there's been lots of videos and lots of shorts and things like that as well. But we haven't had a proper live watch along in such a long time, it seems. And we should be back to it again. Thanks, Pierre. Appreciate that. A glowing review there. Let me just set a... So, oh. The other thing I need to do is just set a super chat goal. Let's say 5 super chats, £2, and then we'll set it for 2 hours because that's about how long this will be. There we go. Yes, we have got the ganger back in the chat down below. We've got CB, Pierre, Tim, Karen Curtin. I think we had. Did we have Chewy at some point? Yes, we did. Chewy was here as well at some point as well. So Chewy saying, "Wow, Schmidt starting" was his earlier comment. But yes, we seem to have got the live stream gang back together. Hi, Julie. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, it's hopefully should be a good little game, this, and we can have a little look at the players are just heading out onto the pitch now. Have a little look at the type of players that we've signed and the way that they might fit in as Ethan Ampadu leads out the team, followed by Carl Darlow, Pascal Strauch, Sean Longstaff, Joe Rodon, Gabriel Goodmanson, Anton Stach, Brendan Aronson, Isaac Schmidt, Wilfred Nonto, and Lucas Metcher. Now, you'll notice that there's no numbers by the players, but that's because on the lineup, you couldn't find anywhere online what numbers everybody would be playing. And I know people have their set numbers, but it would have taken me ages to go and find out who had what. So, not the end of the world, really, is it, to not know what numbers they are? But here they all are heading out. Gerard Moreno, captain of Villareal, leads their line. Should be interesting. I'd like to. I want to see a bit of Metcher play. I haven't seen him play yet. All the players going past and shaking hands now with the Villareal players and the attending officials as well. Well, as you can see on the screen for Leeds United, the lineup is as follows. Carl Darlow in goal, Isaac Schmidt at right back. Then you have Rodon and Strauch as the two centre halves, Goodmanson as the left back, and then in midfield you have a midfield three of Ampadu, Longstaff and Stach. And up front, in a front three, it looks to be Nonto, Metcher and Aronson, with a bench of Melier, Cairns, Biol, Byram, Tanaka, Gruft, Crew, Ramazani, Chadwick, Graham, Peru. The Villareal lineup is Luis Jr. in goal, Rafa, Moreno, Foyth, Santi, Gay, Pepe, Jeremy, Cardona, Eta, Eong, and Marino makes up their lineup. Captained by, of course, the Spanish forward, Gerard Moreno. Elland Road is currently in full voice with Marching On Together going around, and it's nice to see back in action again. Yeah, I want to see what Schmidt... I'd like to see Schmidt have a good little game here. You know, he's obviously rumoured to be going to Bremen, but if he stays, then, yeah, I hope he does well. Do you know what? Hopefully, it's on LUTV DSF. Hopefully, in a few years, we see this as like a Europa League game or a Conference League game. How good would that be? An actual competitive match against some of these European teams. I wonder whether he'll withdraw the request if he sees playtime. Hopefully. I mean, he could only ever be a backup, really, to Bogle and Goodmanson. But if he's happy with that and he gets a bit of game time, yeah, he's because he wants to play for Switzerland in the World Cup. Oh, I've gotten out of the habit of this. Timer, get ready to press kick off and stop. We are off, yes. For a second there, it's about to kick off, and I was like, oh my God, I forgot I'm supposed to be doing things other than just talking. But in the early stages here at Villareal, down the left-hand side with the ball, Schmidt tracking the number 23 here. And a good tackle there from Schmidt, and it goes out for a Leeds, a Villareal throw-in. Thrown back there to Villareal, who are playing a fairly high line here, even with the ball. Everybody for a second there was inside the Leeds half. She won't, CB, just because the door's closed. But that's only because the dog was barking. Ooh, poor pass there from Longstaff as he tries to play it forward towards Aronson. Interesting thing to note here, it's actually Aronson who's playing out on the right and Nonto who's playing out on the left. Ball picked up by Goodmanson, then into Nonto. Nice little interplay back to Ampadu, and he finds Strauch. Now Rodon. First little bit of a chance to gain possession here for Leeds, and Rodon just slows things down a bit and plays it out wide to Schmidt. Schmidt back now to Rodon. Rodon to Strauch, and then Strauch to Anton Stack, who has dropped in there as an auxiliary left back and given the ball there to Darlow. Interesting early signs for me that is something that Gruev liked to do as well. When our fullbacks, Leeds have picked up the ball here through Sean Longstaff. He's won the ball, tries to play it forward to Nonto, and that's the second poor pass in a row there from Longstaff. But what I was going to say is that when Firpo used to go forward a lot, I'll tell you what though, Longstaff has made a few bad passes, but he's also won the ball back about 3 times, just as Villareal come away with the ball here. What I will say is Gruev, very good at dropping in at the left back position when Firpo would get high and wide, and Stack just started doing that there for Goodmanson, so that's a good early sign that we're going to be continuing that kind of role there. Good tackle from Strauch there as Villareal come forward, and Longstaff plays another ball forward. This time it's to Mecha, who is in down the right here. Mecha taking a little bit wide, goes to shoot. Very early kind of chance there for Leeds, but a very easy take for the goalkeeper as he just rolls that one up into his arms. Good sign, though, there that Metro's going to look for space and that we've got players who can go and find him. I think that was Longstaff with that pass there. Leeds' midfield 3 is very high here. We'll say that. Long ball out to the right-hand side, and Schmidt deals with it. Not too well, though, as it goes straight to a Villareal player. Good foot, though, by Schmidt again, and it's going to go out for a Villareal throw out on the left-hand side. I think it might be just because it's a pre-season game, Pierre, to be fair. Yeah, it's only on LUTV. It might be on Villareal TV as well, I don't know, but... ball out to the right-hand side here. Cuts inside and then taken away there by Ampadu. And then Nonto's completely wiped out there. Accidental, of course, but it is going to be a free kick to Leeds just outside the corner of our own box out on the left-hand side. It's not going to be too helpful for me on commentary when the Villareal players don't have their own names on the back of the shirts. Here's Rodon. Now Isaac Schmidt. Into Metcher. Now Ampadu. Strauch out to the left-hand side to Goodmanson. Here's Isaac Schmidt who picks the ball up here. Gives the ball now to Rodon. Rodon back to Strauch. Early signs here are good that we're not kind of struggling really under any pressure or anything. Here's Anton Stack. Good ball to Schmidt. Schmidt now to Sean Longstaff. Longstaff plays that one back to Joe Rodon. Bogle and James, not sure on that. We haven't had any news about that. Here's Aronson out on the right-hand side. Tries to cut the ball back to Nonto. Nonto's done well to get it in the box. He goes to shoot and Leeds have won a corner. As the ball was blocked out there, I hope to see kind of who goes over and takes this corner, you know, like with our set-piece delivery, who's going to, at the moment, without signing any new players, who's our current kind of best set-piece taker. Oh, and Brinlow's making the exact same point I just did. Oh, Gabriel Goodmanson is the one to take this one. Ball by Goodmanson towards the back post. Tried to head back across there. Wasn't a great corner, but it's his first one. Give him a chance. Here's Strauch. Plays that out to Nonto. Nonto with a little bit of space out on the left-hand side and maybe a chance to run at his man here, but he does lose out. Picked up by Longstaff, though. Stack. Tell you what, Longstaff on the ball hasn't been fantastic, but his off-the-ball positioning and the way that he goes and picks up the ball in certain areas has been pretty good, to be honest. Here's Nonto. Isn't it crazy, by the way? This is a pre-season game, so it really kind of doesn't matter what the outcome is. It's more of the way that we play and what we can see from certain players and how they fit in, etc., etc. But if we did lose, then the fan base would be like, "Oh my God, we're getting relegated. We've not signed anyone that good enough." And if we win, people will be buzzing. So you've got to try and take pre-season friendlies with a very big pinch of salt. Good tackle there by Ethan Ampadu. Here is Ampadu. Probably not used to playing in the midfield after how long he played in the defence. Yeah, well, what I'll say about Longstaff is, on the ball, he seems to have made a few misplaced passes. Off the ball, he seems to always be in the right place at the right time to pick it up. He's got a very good eye for interceptions. That's what I've noticed so far with a bit more of the eye test over just the statistics that I'd looked into. Here's Strauch. Now Schmidt. Schmidt loses out there, but not in too dangerous of a situation. Stack dives in, and that's going to be a free kick there to. It's going to be a free kick there to Villareal. Yes, Alfonso Pedraza is on the bench for them. And no Harrison as well. Yeah, that is a good point, that he isn't there. Leeds have picked up the ball. Good little bit of play there with Nonto, Ampadu and Metcher. Here's Stack. Tries to cross the ball in. It's gone over everyone, but Schmidt's going to be able to pick it up in the opposite corner. I hope that Harrison's off to Everton. Here's Aronson trying to fashion a bit of space. Good cross into the box. It's come to Stack. Stack's feels as though he was pushed down from behind there. Nothing given though. Long ball forward here, and Darlow's well out to come and get that one, but he does ping it straight at Longstaff. He's ex-Newcastle teammate, yeah. Hi Rick, welcome to the stream. Apologies, I've got the game here on this screen, and when I turn over this way, then I'm looking at that screen. So that when I'm reading your chat, that's why I'm like making me need to crack my neck. Long ball here, out to the left-hand side here for Villareal. Aronson comes across to help out. That's the good thing about Aronson. He will do his defensive work and he will work hard to try and help out his fullback. Leeds putting a little bit of pressure on. Hi Mark, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. I really appreciate that. Hi Max, playing EAFC and listening to the game, marching on together. Yeah, I was saying in one of my live streams the other day, and Mark was somebody who was interested in this. I think I'm going to do like an FC26 career mode with Leeds, and do this season basically, and probably continue it just in live streams. Just as like a little bit of a chat whilst playing and stuff like that. And obviously I can have the game on the screen, and I can have me, now that I've got a green screen, I can have me in the bottom corner cut out essentially. So we can, essentially just have a chat and stuff whilst playing. But yeah, thank you so much for the super chat, Mark. That really helps to support the channel. It's a foul there as Ampadu's brought down in the holding kind of midfield position. Leeds are underway already. Here's Strauch. Now Nonto. It's a bit more entertaining to watch though, Chewy, because you can actually see kind of the football being played. Graphically, it's a bit more interesting as well. And supposedly they're adding more features this year. I know they say that every year, but hopefully there's some bit of a career mode overhaul. Here's Goodmanson down the left-hand side. Goodmanson with a great ball into Nonto there and gets it back. This is what I want to see from Goodmanson. A good ball into the box there, but no one quite there to take it. And Villareal tried to take the ball away. What a lovely flick there from the Villareal midfielder as they try and set off down the left-hand side here. Good ball forward, but Ethan Ampadu has done an excellent job of covering there. Oh, it's actually two Villareal players have ran into each other because of how good that was from Ampadu there. He's just like, honestly, that was like two birds, one stone. He just took them completely out of it. Yeah, the two Villareal players just ran into each other. Ampadu just sent them both for an absolute hot dog. But unfortunately, they did like clash heads there, so hopefully they're both okay. Now, Joma, the kit manufacturer for Villareal there, is what all when I used to play amateur football, is what all our club's kits were made by. Joma, so they're like a cheap manufacturer. Apparently, yeah, Perry has a knock. I think someone was saying in the Creator Cup group chat that they wanted to see him. They wanted to see Perry punch the ball like 60 yards down the pitch, like they've seen him in that. But that'll probably bloody injure him. So. Yeah, I wanted to see Perry as well. He was one of the ones that I was looking forward to seeing, but I'm very happy with Darlow, you know. I was one of the people, and I'll admit this, that was very kind of, oh God, putting Darlow in. He's always been a backup. He's not that great. I was a bit worried about him when he came in for Melier, but he's really done well, and he's done well for Wales as well, so I think he's a solid goalkeeper. Here's Strauch. Rodon. Over to Strauch. Yeah, Kevin apparently is at Shakhtar Donetsk, isn't he? And I think they've put a price tag on him of 50 million euros or something. So Leeds probably won't touch it at that price, but it would be good to have a Kevin and Perry. Aronson wins Leeds a corner there as the ball was long ball knocked out to the right hand side, and he tried to kind of flick it back over the fullback, but it hit the fullback on the shoulder and went out for a Leeds corner kick. But Stack was the one who played that long ball, so that was a very good. That was a very good ball from him. Yeah, Darlow is a very good number 2, but obviously we kind of all think that Mellier's time is up and he should probably go and move on. But if he does stay, I don't really sure where that leaves him. Corner came in there, comes to the edge of the box, and then Nonto went for a volley just as it was cleared there, and I think coming together between him and the Villareal player has hurt them both, so hopefully that's not too serious. Hi, Trev. Just checked in, loving the new setup. My partner Amelia likens it to the Starship Enterprise in a good way. To be fair, I'm not sure what bad way there would be to being on the Starship Enterprise. That would be really cool. But yeah, I did it in like 10, 20 minutes, so I just wanted to test it out. But I think it's all right, to be fair. I'm not sure that there's a massive amount I really need to do to it. I mean, it looks a bit silly given this kind of scale of things, but yeah, maybe we should have put a bit of Gaussian blur on the background to try and make it look like it was a bit further away. Don't know. We'll figure it out. Not sure who I would be. Ball out to the left-hand side here for Villareal as they're trying to play it around the back, and a poor touch is going to mean it's a Leeds United throw-in. I feel like a more solid colour on the background means that I'm getting kind of less fizziness in the green screen. Schmidt, good ball down the line there for Aronson. Aronson apparently, though, was offside. I don't really see how he could have been, to be honest. Even Daniel Farker's asking that question as well. There's no way he was offside. Oh, no, it was supposedly the tackle, actually. It wasn't offside, it was the tackle. Yeah, Villareal are in the top division. 2024. Good save by Darlow. They were in on goal there, and people thought it was going to be an offside, but it wasn't in the end. Villareal came 5th in La Liga, behind Barcelona, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, and Athletic Club. So they had a very good season, and they'll be playing Champions League football next year. Loose pass there, and Ampadu's able to pick the ball up off the Villareal player. Here's Gabriel Goodmanson charging down the left, gives the ball to Nonto. Nonto cuts inside. He can give the ball back there to Gabriel Goodmanson. His touch is a little bit heavy and taken away, though, by the Villareal player. He's going to battle for it, and I think he's probably going to give away a free kick eventually. No, Leeds have won the ball back, though. Here's Nonto, giving the ball by Aronson. Now Sean Longstaff. Schmidt out on the other side. Schmidt with a good ball towards the back post. Aronson goes for the winner but can't get it. Ampadu doing so well there and gives the ball out to the left-hand side. Here's Gabby Goodmanson. Back then to Ampadu. Ampadu to try and cross it in, the poor cross, and it's headed away there. But picked up again by Strauch, and Rodon is going to have to go back to his Wales teammate Darlow. No, not Europa League, Paul. If you look at the Spanish First Division, they get 5 Champions League. They get 5 Champions League places. If you look at it from last season, the top 5 get Champions League, Then 6th and 7th get Europa League, and 8th gets Conference League, which will be Rayo Vallecano in the Conference League. Nonto still trying to win the ball back, and eventually it is cleared, though, by Villareal. Good use of the body there by Strauch, and he manages to win that one back after the long clearance. Yeah, it's I think certain countries, so England, the top 5 get Champions League, Spain, the top 5 get Champions League, and I think there's a few others where the top 5 do, because it's in that league system and they've expanded it. Nonto does really well there to go down the line, but he was fouled, and it's going to be a Leeds free kick. Tell you what I haven't done. Aronson with the ball out wide to Schmidt. Schmidt tries to play it back into Aronson, but it's just cleared away. Schmidt loses the ball there. Sorry, I'm just trying to check this here. My overlays. Here, I need the Olympic ticker. I need to add one, and I need to put top fan of the week. There we go. Mark Harter, because of your donation in the transfer video, in the transfer live stream the other night, you are the top fan of the week. Here's Rodon. Now Schmidt into Aronson. Aronson plays that one back to Rodon. Good foot there by Ampadu. Metcher tries to come in and win the ball there. First kind of touch he's really had other than that shot he had earlier. And he is fouled. Nonto lost the ball there. Comes out to the Villareal left back now. Ball down the line there. Schmidt should have been watching his shoulder a little bit more, but Rodon does have it covered. As the ball comes out, it nearly went straight to their midfielder there coming in, but Strauch gets a good block on it, and it's going to be a Villareal corner. Perhaps Darlow maybe had that covered, but Strauch obviously did well there to clear the ball. How tall's Strauch? Because he looks the same height, if not taller, than Anton Stack there. Corner comes in towards the near post. It actually hits the side net, and it's such a bad corner. And we thought we were bad. I think Harry Gray will get minutes this year. Potentially, it would take a couple of injuries, I think. I think ideally we'd send him out on loan. And you know what? Ideally, I think we would send him out on loan somewhere local. I don't think he was joking. I think it's one of those trolls that just joins, and it happens in the season more. People join, don't they, and say there's been a goal when there hasn't. I think Schmidt's been all right. You know, he's given the ball away then, yeah, a couple of times, but the rest of the time I think he's been okay. His defending is quite good. That was a handball there from Villareal, but we're getting a play on apparently. Ball lobbed forwards towards the left-hand side here. Schmidt goes out to try and defend. Schmidt does well to kind of shield him, and then Aronson's going to shield that one for a corner. Yeah, to be fair, he only said it twice though, didn't he? Like if he does it again, then I'll just mute him. I won't block him because it means that I'll lose the subscriber. I'll just mute him, and then no one can see his chats. Which is even funnier because he'll be putting chats and nobody will be able to see him. A lot of this shirt in the stadium. It looks like it to be a bit of a fan favourite. Darlow catches that corner kick. If you do want to get this shirt, by the way, make sure you use my link. It's in the description down below. Let me just... There you go. Put it on the screen for you. It's in the description down below. If you use my link, I get a small commission because it's an affiliate link at no extra cost to you. So it costs you the same as just buying it normally. But if you use my link, I get a little bit of a kickback and it just helps me out. Rather than sending a super chat, if you're going to buy something in the store, you could do that instead. Either or would be very, very appreciated. And make sure, if you haven't already, you hit that big red button. Oh yeah, 100 likes. Make sure you like the stream, everyone. Forgot about that. 100 likes, and we all know what happens. Leeds score a goal. Just as Villareal come into the box. Good strike there over from the right-hand side, but Pascal Struijk blocks it, and then Aronson goes up for a header there and gets completely bashed down to the ground, but he gets up again and he seems to be fine. Yeah, he gets wiped out there, Aronson, but good on him for going for the header. Leeds aren't making any subs yet, but a few of them are out warming up. Here's Struijk. Back to Darlow. Darlow with the long ball forward. Yeah, it looks like Gruev, Biol, Ramazani, Byram. Those are the ones I could see in the time I was given. Thanks, Mark. Much appreciated. 200 likes and Bamford scored. He'd have a bloody job, considering he's not in the squad. He's with the under-21s. Longstaff tries to win that one back. Ampadu goes for it. Oh, we're playing on here. Oh, that was definitely a foul by Ampadu, but then he looked like he was going to play on and then didn't. Obviously, it's been quite difficult for Mecha being the striker here, but he hasn't had the service yet, really. Bamford will sign for Wrexham. I wouldn't mind that, you know, just as long as he's doing something that's a bit more fun. Yeah, they've just signed Connor Cody, haven't they? That's true, Chewy. That is true. But then, to be fair, people drop in and out, so it could be more than 200 in total. Because you find that you have like 150, 160 people, say, for example, in the stream the whole time. And then by the time you actually look at the statistics afterwards, it says like 1,000 people have been in there. So it's been a lot of people swapping in and out. Good block there by Roden. It's going to be a throw into Villareal. Here's Cardona. Tries to play it in. That's going to be a Leeds goal kick. Yeah, I'd like to see Mecha get a bit more involved, but obviously he needs the service to be able to do that, so... It's mostly the under-21s, Trev, isn't it? And even the under-23s as well. I think you're allowed 2 or 3 players that are above that age in the under-21s. It's essentially, it's what used to be called the reserves. But for some reason, at some point, they decided to start calling that the under-23s, and then that got changed to the under-21s as well. Gone out to the right-hand side here. Shot was a poor one, but deflected out to the left-hand side. Aronson battling there to try and win it back. Unfortunately for him, it's popped back to a Villareal player. Now Aronson with a really good little Cruyff turn as he wins that ball back. Plays the ball down the line as well, and was two players at once by Leeds were wiped out then. I've not even bothered signing up for it, Chewy, to be honest, because there's so many platforms now, and I've started a TikTok, so that's kind of my new one that I'm uploading on. But yeah, I've started a TikTok. I am just uploading, obviously, like all the YouTube shorts and stuff that I would have been uploading anyway, but it hopefully opens it up to a new audience. I think it's a bit of a different demographic on TikTok as well, to be fair. Here's Strauch. I wonder how many subscribers we're currently on. Let's have a little look. Because we're trying to get to 10k as soon as possible. We're on 9,693. So if 7 of you who are watching hit that subscribe button, and it'll allow you to chat down below, we'll get to 9,700 and we'll be 300 away from 10k. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Leeds. It is, it's very much easier to get followers on TikTok. Long ball there through for Villareal, and the shot goes wide. But it was offside anyway. Hey, thanks, Trev. Appreciate that. Here's Rodon. Back to Carl Darlow, his Wales compatriot, and then across to Pascal Strauch. Darlow. Long ball forward. It's bounced all the way through. Gabby Goodmanson goes to try and win it off the goalkeeper, but he punches it away, and it's going to be a Leeds throw in out on the left-hand side. Oh, look, we might see a long throw here from Goodmanson. Oh, no, he's taking it backwards to Strauch. Back to Goodmanson. And it's going to be another throw into Leeds. Afternoon, John. Thank you for being a member for 18 months. That is much appreciated. Thank you for your continued support. Here's Goodmanson. Good little turn. Now Nonto. Back to Goodmanson. Now Strauch. Now Rodon. Plays the ball out to the other side for Schmidt. Schmidt is getting tackled a little bit there, but it does well to keep the ball. Now Aronson. Aronson's fouled, and it's going to be a Leeds United free kick. Free kick to Leeds just inside the Villareal half. Taken already, and Leeds are playing around at the back with it again. Here's Ampadu, who does seem to be doing a lot of dropping in. Poor pass there from Strauch to Goodmanson, and now it's a Villareal ball. Dropped off to the centre half here and played out to the left back here for Villareal. Down the left-hand side now. Aronson and Longstaff pushing them back. Mecha going for a little bit of a press as well, curving his run as you should when you're pressing. Ball's going to be forced all the way back to the Villareal goalkeeper here. Schmidt wins the ball back well there. Now Stack. Nonto. Oh, Nonto just really poor attempt to take on the man there and trips him up, and it's going to be a free kick to Villareal. That's offside there against the Villareal left back, and it's going to be a free kick to Leeds. We started fairly well. I would say that I haven't particularly noticed. I've been noticing on the wings we've had a lot more of the ball. Goodmanson and Nonto and Schmidt and Aronson. In the last kind of 10, 15, 20 minutes, a lot of it has just been down the wings, and we haven't really seen too much from Stack and Longstaff getting on the ball, which I would like to see a little bit more of. But good ball there from Schmidt down the line to Mecha. Mecha's trying to go into the box here. He needs to find Aronson, which he does. Aronson trying to fashion a chance, and he's lost the ball, and it's cleared here only as far as Schmidt. Schmidt goes for a shot. It's bouncing around. Mecha! Good save by the goalkeeper down to his left-hand side. And that's going to be a Leeds United throw-in. What I will say is that I think some of the reason that we are losing out in midfield a little bit more is because Ampadu's dropped into the back line and essentially is making it into a back three. And it's meaning that Stack and Longstaff are two in the midfield. They've only got two players in the midfield against like three of them. So I would like to see Goodmanson with the ball into the box, pushed away by the goalkeeper and then cleared away. Here's Schmidt and Longstaff trying to harry him. Gets past them though. But then Aronson, foul there by Aronson as he pulls the Villareal midfielder down. But yeah, I think at the moment, because Aronson's dropping in as a centre half, it's meaning that Stack and Longstaff are outnumbered in the midfield, which is not helping them out really. It does look as well, to be fair, as though Ampadu is a number 6, a holding midfielder, and Longstaff and Stack are two number 8s ahead of him. Here's Cardona down the left-hand side. Chance to cross the ball in. Good block there by Aronson. This is what I mean about Aronson. This is what I think he gives you. He gives you good defensive work rate, getting back. And I don't think a lot of wingers would be working as hard as he does. Dan James would be one who would work that hard, but I'm not upset about having Aronson in the squad this season. Corner kick then for Villareal. Taken short and then knocked back into the box, headed away by Longstaff, Nonto, and then Ampadu clears it. Schmidt doing his best to become a nuisance there, but can't quite. Oh no, he does. He wins the ball back. Schmidt there well. Aronson loses the ball, and it's actually going to be. I think it should have been a Villareal corner throw in. Sorry. No, Bonau is not in the squad. Bonau's injured. We signed him, and we knew he was very injury prone, but he did pick up a knock in one of the other Germany games. It shouldn't be a massive injury, but obviously it's best to try to not harm it any further. It's probably because it's new training gear that they'll be like, oh, can you definitely make sure you wear this because we want to sell it in the club shop. So if you do want to buy, use my link in the description. Here's Darlow. Darlow sends the ball long. Chested down there. Not very well, though, and Aronson wins it back. Here's Sean Longstaff. He's just not checking his shoulder there, and the ball's just taken off him. He's not having a great game, Sean Longstaff. Stack trying to get in his way. Great tackle there by Stack on the Villareal player as he was just about to shoot on the edge of the box. Sliding challenge just hooked the ball away from him. Here's Gabriel Goodmanson carrying the ball forward. Leeds have got a bit of a march on now. There's a lot of Villareal players back, but Goodmanson just loses control a little bit there. And as he tried to play the ball into Nonto, he did get taken out a little bit, but I'm not sure why the referees pulled it up. I think it looked like a really good challenge from Stack. I'm not sure that it really is. It's Nicolas Pepe, isn't it, out on the right wing for them? Yeah, Goodmanson then seems to be taking this set piece. We've got a fair bit of height there with Metcher, Stack, a few others in the box there. Yeah, I think we get another backup fullback, hopefully James Justin, and then if we could get Delane Bakwa and Bilal El-Khanous, then we're only really looking at needing a striker then. Goodmanson with a good ball into the box. It's come out to the edge, though, and picked up here by Schmidt. Now Aronson. He needs a bit of help there, but good little flick back to Schmidt. Back to Aronson. And that's going to be a Leeds throw-in. Winger, striker, 10, and wing back. Yeah, that's exactly what I said. If we can get James Justin, Delane Bakwa, Bilal El-Khanous, and Rodrigo Muniz, then almost a perfect window. If we'd have got Pai Shao, then it would have been a perfect window, but long ball forward, headed away by Rodon, but Strauch is able to clean up. Poor pass there from the ex-Spurs man into Nonto, who then plays a bad ball to Longstaff. Here's Ampadu. Ampadu, don't go backwards. Come on, get your progressive passes up. Play the ball forward. That wasn't a progressive pass, but it was slightly forward. Here's Goodmanson. Now Nonto. Goodmanson again. Now Stack. Ampadu. Stack again. Into Ampadu. Out wide here to Nonto. There's still that kind of good ball there. Here's Goodmanson. Goodmanson feels he was fouled in the box there. Not given, though. Here's Nonto. I still feel like there's that kind of lack of killer instinct. Like, no one wants to be the one to try to even make a killer pass into the box. Stack and Ampadu just kind of passing it to each other, and no one really wanting to take on the responsibility of putting it into the box. So it looks like it's going to be Anton Stack to take this set piece. Ampadu's got a very strong tendency to turn back. He needs to unlearn that. Stack whips it into the box of pace. Ooh, it was a good ball, you know. A lot of pace towards that back post, and it just went through everyone. Maybe a bit too much pace. Yeah. I don't think anyone was expect. They obviously need to get used to playing alongside Stack, but no one was really expecting that delivery to be whipped with such pace. Here's Juan Foyth, formerly of Tottenham Hotspurs. Here's Pepe out on the right hand side, up against Gabriel Goodmanson. He's gone past Goodmanson and chipped the ball into the box. Header, great save by Darlow. The ball was just like chipped back from the touchline towards the penalty spot. Good header, and Darlow tipped it over the bar with a very good save. I think there may have been a little bit of dramatization of that save by Darlow. Now that I watch it back again, I think he maybe could have caught that or just done that thing where you just like tip it without having to dive. Ball gets swung into the box. It goes over everyone. Honestly, Villareal's corners are even worse than ours. Still kept it in though. Let's take off back almost to the bloody halfway line. It's a very mixed bag, I think, Paul. They've got some players like Gerard Moreno and Nicolas Pepe and Juan Foyth who are definitely their regular starters, and some of the other ones are kind of a bit mixed, I think. Well, that's half time. Let's just stop the timer. Oh. Let's just reset the timer. There we go. So we're 45 minutes in. As usual, like Chewy says, time for a comfort break. I'm just going to fill up my water bottle and stuff. And yes, we'll be back in a second and we'll talk a little bit about that and any general chat you want to have about Leeds United in general. So yes, I shall be back in just a tick. There we go. Back in a sec. Hello, I am back. You just go down there for a second. Right. Leeds. Schmidt could be the backup wing back, but he wants more first team football, so he'd probably go on loan as he got a lot of potential. Yeah, and you know what? He also has something to prove for the World Cup, and he wants to try and get in that Switzerland squad, as you would, wouldn't you? But Garnacho, Anthony, Shaw, and Mount will improve. They should sign a few of them. So you're a Manchester United fan and you're trying to get us to sign your crap players. Just walked back into the living room and you said, hello. Who do you think will have the most goal contributions this year? I think it'll be whoever we sign at striker, to be honest. I think it'll be whoever we sign at striker. I think Rodrigo Muniz has got the potential. If we could get him across the line, I know Newcastle are now looking at Benjamin Sesko, who is not in their matchday squad for Leipzig. So they could be signing him, which would mean that they're then not looking at Muniz anymore. So that could open up the door for a late move for Muniz to Leeds. Of course, that means that Leeds would be spending a fair whack of what we had left to spend, essentially. So I think it's I think it's important that we kind of try to get that striker across the line as soon as possible, because Metch is good, very injury prone. Joel Peru is very good and a good finisher, but he's unproven in the Premier League, and he's also the sort of player who could really do with a different type of striker alongside him. I don't know where you get the idea that Leeds don't have the funds for Muniz, David. We definitely do. It's more about whether they're willing to pay those funds. We've got people in the Leeds Creator Cup group chat saying that Aronson was abysmal, but I think there's a serious agenda against certain players where even when they do play well, there's still a lack of willingness to accept that they're actually having a good game, or that they might be having a good game. I think Aronson's probably been one of our best players. He's been very good tracking back defensively. He's been good at going and kind of making sure that Schmidt doesn't get too isolated on his own against their winger and against their fullback. And then when he's going forward as well, he's always offering up space. And I think even from just this first half, we've seen that I think Aronson is going to provide a lot as a winger this season compared to just in the number 10 role. And I do still think that he could be employed there. And I do think that if we brought in Bilal El Khanous, then Bilal El Khanous would start as a number 10 if we were playing that way, and Aronson would then be a backup, and I'm not bothered about that at all. I think as a backup, he's very good on the wing or in the number 10. Obviously, you don't particularly want to be starting him, and when you do have your players fit, you'd want to be starting Dan James out on that right-hand side, or if we can get him across the line as well from Strasbourg, Delane Bakwa. So, yeah. Mark saying I'm American and I'm very hard on Aronson. I want to do well, but he makes me mad sometimes. Yeah, there's certainly kind of an element of that. And I think a lot of it is like being wasteful in decision making. If he can improve that, then we've got a real decent player on our hands. That's what I mean, Marcelo. Like, that's what I don't get, because he's been decent in this game. He's been one of our best players. One I do think that we kind of need to talk about, which obviously he's only just signed, but I think Longstaff has had a poor half on the ball. I think when you look at his skill set. A lot of it is his fitness, his ability to win the ball back, and his ability to progress the ball is kind of why we've bought him. But I do think that in that first half, he's got himself into some very good positions off the ball and won the ball back with his pressing, with his kind of tactical awareness to know where to be to press. And he's won the ball back multiple times. But then as soon as he's got the ball back, he's played very poor balls. The only time he played a good ball was that ball through into Mecha, who went through but kind of took it too wide and rolled it into the keeper's gloves in the end. But I do think that Longstaff might get subbed in this game for somebody like Tanaka. But I mean, I had my misgivings about signing Longstaff in the first place. And I was told that I was wrong multiple times. Obviously, it's only been like one game that I've seen him, 45 minutes. So it doesn't matter about that particularly, and he's got plenty of time to prove himself. But just from what I've seen in this half, these were some of my concerns about him, about his kind of passing ability. So, yeah. I hopefully will see a little bit of an improvement from him, and he might just be rusty because it's pre-season, but in the Premier League, you can't afford to be giving the ball away as often as he has done in this first half, because you do get punished, and especially at a newly promoted side where you are trying to hold on to the ball as much as possible. It's important to basically try to keep hold of the ball. This has been the longest half-time in history, I think. I will let you know if any substitutions are made. We'll see what people are saying. We'll see what the reaction is on Twitter. People saying we need 3 new signings before Everton really look off the pace here. Yeah, off the pace is something that you can attribute to it being a pre-season friendly. That's fine, but we do need a striker, a winger, and another backup fullback, potentially Bilal El Khanous as well. It could be El Khanous or Bakwa, because El Khanous can definitely play as an attacking midfielder out on the wing either side anyway. So, yeah, we definitely need a few to be able to come in. Somebody called Ampadu Season has put, rubbish, put Tanaka in Cam, we can't afford to drop points to these lot. But yeah, we in all seriousness, I'd like to see maybe a little bit of Tanaka, a little bit of Yakubiyol as well. I want to see him come on, and I want to see how kind of solid he is at the back, how composed he is under pressure, whether he kind of does lump it a little bit. Because that's kind of what's been levelled at him, that he basically is a very good defender, but there are times where he just isn't very competent with the ball at his feet, and anyone kind of presses him, he will just lump the ball long. So yeah, it's kind of important to have a look at him now to see how good he will be at keeping the ball in positions of pressure from the opposition. David Oliver saying first half 6 out of 10. Yeah. Still wants Soloff. I just couldn't. I think he's a very good striker, but I couldn't see him coming to Leeds. I just don't think I could. But at the moment, the only real strikers we've been linked with are Muniz and, well, earlier in the window, Kristovic, but we all know that's not happening. So yeah, I just wonder what we kind of do if we can't get Muniz. There must be somebody else we've got our eye on, but we haven't really been linked, other than maybe Dovbyk, who apparently isn't going to be leaving Roma, and I don't think we'll be able to get him anyway. That's very optimistic. Let's have a little look at the latest kind of news. 20 hours ago. Here's the update. Leeds have made their intentions to sign Artem Dovbyk clear this summer. I don't think they have, but it's since been revealed that Besiktas are at the front of the queue. Turkish giants are yet to make a concrete approach for the Ukrainian, leaving Leeds time to swoop. Roma are said to be holding out for 34.5 million to sanction his exit, having played similar to signing from Girona just last summer. Dovbyk scored 12 goals and got 2 assists in Serie A last season, which is a decent return. But he's a little bit Haaland-y in the fact that he doesn't seem to really get involved in any of the build-up as well. He's very much kind of... He'll finish things off, but he won't be the most amazing kind of... in terms of involvements and creating goals for other people and creating shots for other people, which obviously you don't have to if you're scoring a load of goals, but I don't think 12 goals is enough to justify that for someone like Roma. But he has the physicality to play in the Premier League, Dovbyk, definitely. It'd be ambitious, but I just can't see us getting it done. So Villareal have made a couple of changes, apparently. Gruev's come on for Leeds. Oh, Peru is on as well. Melier is in goal as well. And Biol has come on, but I'm not sure who for at the moment. Kept Gabriel Goodmanson on as well, but I just need to find out who Biol's on for. Strauch. Just getting ready to press the timer. There we go. Yeah, Melier's come on as well. So, yes, we've got Biol, who's getting his first touches at Elland Road. Who was the other person who came on? It was Gruev, wasn't it? Who did Gruev come on for? Here's Aronson, inside to Peru. Now back to Aronson again. Now Schmidt. Schmidt loses out there, but Leeds still have the ball. Here's Stack. Gruev. I think Gruev's come on for Longstaff. So I think that's the extent of the substitutions so far. Aronson's still down here after that challenge on him out on the left-hand side. Biol clears that one up and gives it all the way back to Melier. Still down here, and it's going to be a... The game has stopped here for Aronson, so he may have sustained a bit of an injury here. Let's hope it's not too serious. Yeah, it didn't look like too much, just a bit of a coming together as he tried to take it past the fullback. He went into him a little bit, looked like it was maybe, oh, maybe just a bit of a winding, to be honest. Yeah, I think it literally was just being winded, to be honest. Yeah, it was winded in the end, as Tim says. He's Rodon. Gruev. Goodmanson chops it back off there to Gruev. Now Goodmanson again. Nice little interplay with Ampadu. Nonto gets the ball down the line here for Goodmanson, but it is going to be a throw-in as it goes out into touch for Villareal here. Long switch there, but picked up by Schmidt as he comes towards the box. Schmidt feels he was fouled maybe there, but no, loses out on the ball, and Villareal come away with it. Here's Danny Parejo. Cleared away by the Villareal goalkeeper and headed on again through the midfield. Rodon wins that one back though, and then Nonto receives a push in the back that definitely should have been blown for, but nothing given. Long ball down the line here from Villareal, won back by Leeds though. Ampadu with a good ball into Rodon, and Leeds can start to turn around and have a look at going forward again here. Here's Gruev. Now Ampadu. Here's Biel. Gruev. Out to the left back Goodmanson here as he tries to play the ball down the line. It's cut out there by the Villareal fullback, but it is going to be a throw into Leeds. Here's Gruev. Now Biel. Here's Rodon. Ball into Schmidt. It's a bit loose, but he does well to poke the ball through to Aronson. Aronson's ball is a bit weak there, and it's taken away. Ball through here. Great sliding challenge there from Yakubiyol. Unbelievable challenge from Yakubiyol as they nearly went through on goal. That's a great sliding tackle. A chackle, apparently. A mix between a tackle and a challenge. Ball out to the right-hand side here for Gerard Moreno for Villareal as he drops it off there to the full-back and then peels off back into his preferred position up front. Switched out to the left-hand side. Blocked, though, by Isaac Schmidt, and that's going to be a throw-in to Villareal. Really good challenge there by Yakubiyol. Here are Villareal again with a little bit more sustained possession at the start of this first half. Oh, Goodmanson feels like he took a bit of a whack to the head there. Is that Tajon Buchanan? Yes, it is Tajon Buchanan. A couple of years ago, and during the World Cup, it was. Yeah, of course it was a World Cup. He plays for Canada. During the World Cup in Qatar, I made a video suggesting that Leeds should have looked at Tajon Buchanan back when he was at Club Bruges. A little bit of a Dan James style, absolute pace merchant. And I thought he would do well in Leeds' system back when I said that we should look at him. And he's gone on from Club Bruges to Villareal and looks like he could be on the move again this summer. There's been rumours of it that I've seen. Here's Isaac Schmidt. Gives the ball all the way back to Meslier. I did before Penny, but the cat has gone somewhere. And now the door's shut again, so she won't be able to get in. Ball out to the right-hand side for Tajon Buchanan. Now Parejo tries to play a ball down the line. It's gone out for a Leeds throw-in. Nonto trying to win the ball back there. Here's Peru. Tanaka and Ramazani are two that are warming up, by the way, here. Here's Goodmanson down the left-hand side, tackled and then wiped out there by the Villareal fullback. Leeds a little bit untidy and sloppy. Yeah, pre-season stuff, but hopefully we'll tighten that up a little bit. Oh, Goodmanson then goes in for a tackle, and then he makes a foul. Here's the ball out on the left-hand side, just on the halfway line for Villareal as they play it back into Foyth, who's playing at centre-back with the number 8 shirt on, which is odd. Here's Buchanan. If I was Elijah Ramazani and I did score in a game like this, I wouldn't be doing a backflip just in case I got injured. Ball down the line here. Melier comes out and makes a good save as the ball was played into the half space there for the Villareal forwards. Melier came out, made himself big, made a good save. It's quite hard to tell on the stream, but I'm getting messages in the Creator Cup chat talking about how bad the pitch looks. That was a corner to the edge of the box, and the shot was very tame and blocked away. Here's Nonto. Can him and Aronson get the ball forward here? Nonto just pushed over there by Buchanan. Very cynical foul. Yeah, just pushed over there. Very cynical foul by Buchanan. It's going to be a Leeds free kick. It's already been taken. Here's Biol. Now, it's nice to have good centre-backs, but I wouldn't say it's the be-all and end-all. To be fair, they did let an F1 car on the pitch. Forgot about that. That was they were all on the stream last night, Pierre. That they're just the ones from the transfer roundup video. But yeah, they're the ones basically we talked about yesterday in the transfer roundup. Currently nothing happening. We're just waiting for Leeds to start again, and here they are. Is Ampadu. Now Rodon. Rodon just stood still with the ball. Here's Biol. Now Gruev. Really starting to get in the Gruev of things here. Oh, that was a bad tackle on Goodmanson, and it's going to be a free kick. Here's Gruev. Ampadu. Now Biol. Plays a good ball out to the right-hand side there for Schmidt. They are very much flying in for tackles, Villareal. Very kind of strong a very kind of strong. What's the word really? Aggressive kind of style of play here. Good ball from Piru, but Nonto can't quite get to it. The goalkeeper did spill it in the end, but it's going to be a offside against Nonto in the end anyway. Stack, a couple of good bits in the first half and seems to be very comfortable, but I wouldn't say he's done anything particularly great this half. I mean, it's only been about 12 minutes, but you know what I mean. Yeah, I've got to get rid of him, especially if Isaac's going to go out on the loan, because it'll be Schmidt if I can't make a load of puns. Goodmanson trying to stop Buchanan being able to go past him. Does well in the end, Goodmanson. Does go out for a throw-in, though. Goodmanson does well to keep that ball in. Nonto just thrown to the ground there, and the referee saying, get up. Who is this referee, by the way? Could someone let me know who the referee is? I've never seen him before, but his refereeing style is terrible. Here's Foyth. Into Danny Parejo, the veteran midfielder. Tackle there by Rodon, but still goes back. And looks like Tanaka and Ramazani are both getting ready to come on now, so hopefully they make a difference. Ramazani and Tanaka are getting properly stripped off now, so... Oh, and Byram is as well, actually. Byram's getting his shirt on, so... Looks like we'll see all three. It was not a good goal kick, not a good clearance there from Meslier. He just sent it directly up in the air, but it is going to be a free kick to Leeds. Remember, if you haven't already, hit that like button on the stream. If you want to become a member, hit that join button down below, and you can join our great community and get priority access to replies for comments and live chats. And the other benefit now that you get of being a member is that you get to see all the videos early. So whenever I've actually uploaded them, I usually schedule them for a Tuesday, a Thursday, and a Saturday. But whenever I've actually done them, I upload them so that members can see them. So you'll be able to get that early. Get all the videos early about the transfer news and stuff as well. But yeah. And also the other links in the description, like my Etsy prints and artwork that I've made as well, and the Leeds United store. Here's Goodmanson. Back to Beale. No, there aren't filters on the chat, as far as I know. I remember the first time, I can't remember which game it was. So cross into the box and headed away by Beale. The problem with it, with that little Fokker, is that the game isn't that entertaining at the moment. The ball down the left-hand side here for Villareal. Back into Danny Parejo here. Long switched ball out to the right-hand side for Tejon Buchanan. Dropped off there. Gerard Moreno trying to find himself in a little bit of space to receive the ball, but the ball goes the opposite direction and out to the left-hand side in the end. Good ball back to them, and they cross the ball into the box. Meslier makes a fantastic save, and then the second one's in. 1-0 to Villareal. Meslier made a very good save on that first one, but wasn't helped out as the ball came back there. And it just was easily headed in there. Etta Ayong is the scorer. Oh, I forgot I'm out of water. It's a little bit too easy for them to get down that left-hand side there. And a good save there from Melier on the first attempt, but the second time he comes back across and heads it into an open goal, really. Well, Anton's stack is coming off for Al Tanaka, and Ramazani comes on for, I imagine, Aronson. Oh no, Aronson's still on. So I better swap. I think Aronson's still on. So I better swap Nonto for Aronson now. And who was the other player who came on? Was it? Yeah, it's Schmidt that came off and Byram that came on. There you go, updated lineup. Yeah, forgot about that, Pierre. That must have been my fault. Anyway, we're underway again. It's the ball back with Foyth. Long ball forward. Dealt with by Rodon as he heads that one back to Melier. Looks like he's in a bit of pain there, and Rodon's having a go at the forward. He seems very apologetic at Aong. Byram on for Schmidt, yeah. Yeah, it should all be updated. I've still got it as a 4-2-3-1 when really it's a 4-3-3, so I should change that actually. Let me just change that for you. Yeah, make sure you smash that like button if you haven't already. Ball out to the left-hand side here. Can Goodmanson get to it? No, he can't, and he is pushed there a little bit by the Villareal player. Going to be a goal kick there to Villareal. Yeah, let's get to 100 likes, everyone. Remember, when we get to 100 likes, that's when we score a goal. We all know that. $35,000 at this game for a pre-season game. They do say Leeds take more, even though it's become a meme. That's going to be a throw into Leeds. Has a poor pass across the penalty area there. Goes all the way out for a throw in for Leeds out on that left-hand side. Goodmanson then throws the ball backwards. Looks like they're going to be making a few substitutions here, Villareal. Here's Ampadu. Can Leeds get a goal before they do so? Tanaka. Back to Ampadu. Yes, it is a coincidence, CB. It literally is a coincidence in this case because he made a very good first save. It wasn't his fault. Here's Biel. Gruev. No, he didn't. He didn't spill it. It was like a fingertip save onto the crossbar. Here's Aronson. You'd have to see it back. I think if Darlow made that save and then the second one went in, you'd just say the defenders need to be more alive to try and clear it. Here's Biel. Now Rodon. Ooh, Rodon's pass to Aronson. Aronson's done really well there. Aronson, can he get the ball in the box? He can. Ball goes through everyone. Joel Pirou. 1-1. Aronson did really, really well down that side. Crossed the ball into the box. It bobbled around a bit and just falls to Joel Pirou. And it's a coincidence that it keeps... I mean, it might not be a coincidence is what I'm trying to say, that it keeps falling to Joel Pirou in good situations. Done really well there, Aronson. Good ball into the box. Yeah, terrible clearance by the defender. That's what happened. Aronson crosses it into the box. It hits the defender. It goes straight to Piru, and Piru just puts it in the back of the net. So 1-1 then. I said, can we get a goal before the Villareal subs come on, and we did. Funny how those two Villareal fans in the comment section are now no longer saying anything. Tell you what, though, I've got no beef with Villareal. I really like Villareal, and I have done since they beat Man United in the Europa League final on penalties when it went all the way through to the goalkeepers to take them, and Geronimo Rulli scored his and David De Gea missed his. I've had a soft spot for them, and Unai Emery with that season and everything. Yeah, I like them. Ramazani goes for a shot. Good save by the goalkeeper, but Ramazani straight away is alive to it and takes a good shot. Tested the goalkeeper more than we have done really for the rest of the game. Ramazani gets a good ball in. Oh, unlucky there. He just pokes it around the corner for Piru, but it's just too fast for him. But tell you what, Ramazani's come on and straight away is making things happen. He'll be used to playing against these as well. For who did he play for before? It wasn't Elche, was it? It was Almeria. Hey, we need one subscriber to get to 9,700, and then we've only got 300 to 10k. Who scored for Villareal? It was that bloke. Give me a second. I don't know what his name is. Etta Ayong was the goal scorer. Etta Ayong for them, for Villareal. He's Danny Parejo. Back to Foyth. Foyth out to the right-hand side and now into the midfield again. Tanaka looking to try and tackle Gay here. Terrible pass by Gay, and he just puts it straight out. I said it was Etta Ayong for Villareal. Ball into the box there, headed away by Byram well. Here's Tanaka. Byram's always someone you can trust aerially as well. Aronson getting away from his man, doing really well. He's having a very good game, Aronson. I think it's important that wins, leads are throwing. I think it's important that how many times do I have to say Etta Ayong? Alfonso Pedraza that played for Leeds for a time, who bears a striking resemblance to Ben Foster, actually. He's going to come on. And also, one of their other substitutions looks like a young Aaron Ramsey. Here's Tanaka. Ball out to the right-hand side for Sam Byram. Now Aronson tries to give it back to Byram, and Byram's been tripped there and, yeah, just not been given it. Gruev trying to win the ball back here. Good turn, though, by the Villareal substitute. Plays the ball down the line here. Here's Buchanan. Gay with the ball out to the left-hand side. Cardona. Terrible pass. Oh, no, maybe he meant to do that. In the end, it ended up going to a Villareal player, but cleared away by Leeds in the end, and Aronson's trying to battle for it here. And that's going to be a throw in to one of the teams, because it doesn't say that. Here's Buchanan. Goes backwards there. Now Gay. Now Foyth. No worries, Little. We do them for every game. I mean, when the Premier League's on, it'll be for every game. We did them for every game last season in the Championship. Don't think we missed one. Might have done through being away or something, but I'm pretty sure I did every single game. There's a great community of people in the chat. And that cross into the box there is caught by Meslier. And that's going to be a Leeds United ball. Rolled out now. 150 likes. How many likes have we got in total now? 89 likes. Oh no, 103 likes. Yeah, thanks everybody so much for liking the stream. If you want to overtake Mark Harter as top fan of the week, you can of course leave a super chat down below as well. A couple of substitutions here though for Villareal. A young Aaron Ramsey and Ben Foster are coming on, i.e. Alfonso Pedraza. There he is, Pedraza coming on. And then a couple more substitutions from Villareal as well. Why, just out of interest, Chewy, why are we spelling Meslier as Miel? Does that mean something? Translates to honey in Italian. So I think that may just be a misspelling. No worries, Mike. Listening on a plane back to the States, thank you. Yeah, no worries. Gruev, Biol, have a safe flight. Oh, bad pass there from Biol. And the ball's been given straight into their forwards. Good foot there from Gruev. I feel like Meslier probably could have picked that up, but he didn't want to take any risks. Good foot there by Tanaka. But Biol needs to be careful not to give the ball away in positions like that. Anyway, Ramazani coming forward. Now Goodmanson tries to play the ball into the box. He tries to go for a second ball, and the goalkeeper catches it. But a good play there from Leeds. And with an E on the end, though, it's Italian for honey. Here's Foyth. Sorry, no, I think Foyth's actually gone off. But yeah, Ramazani, really great carrying of the ball there forward and trying to open up space for Leeds. And good defending because Goodmanson's first cross looked really dangerous. ACB has been a member for 21 months. Thank you so much, CP, for your continued support of the Leeds Lately YouTube channel. Much appreciated. An absolute mess at the back there as Meslier and a Leeds player fall over each other. Not sure who it was. They just kind of all started falling over each other, and I don't know what was happening. Goodmanson it was. If Mellier's injured Goodmanson, then he's going to get even more hate. It was right on his knee as well. That does not look good if he's holding his knee like that. Ooh, I think it was actually afterwards. Yeah, in a couple of months, CB, your logo will... You've got the mid logo. In a couple of months, your logo will change and it'll signify that you've been one of the longest serving members. I swear to God, Goodmanson would be a really good player for us this season, and if he's injured, then if we can sign James Justin, then yeah, good, but why would Goodmanson be the one to get injured? I mean, you don't wish it upon anyone, do you? But if someone was getting injured, you'd want it to be someone who's probably not going to get any game time, like Byram. Hey, £10 super chat from Chewy down below. Thank you, Chewy, also one of our longest serving members. Thank you so much for the super chat, Chewy. Really, really appreciate that. Saying don't forget to like and subscribe and join the family. And if you do want to join the Leeds Lately community, then you can hit that join button down below. You'll get early access to videos. You'll get priority replies to comments in streams and comments on videos as well. But yeah, thanks so much, Chewy, for your support. That's really, really helps me keep this channel going. So much appreciated. Thanks so much, Chewy. Hopefully, if there's a Creator Cup next year, we can actually meet. Don't know if Goodmanson's been subbed off here, but he's certainly being taken to the touchline. Everyone, make sure you like Chewy's super chat as well. So good. It looks like it was just a knock, a bit of a coming together, a banging of knees or something. So that is a little bit of a worry avoided there, hopefully. Good flick on by Tanaka. Aronson trying to win the header there. Here is Villareal playing the ball out from the back. Ball out to the left-hand side here for Pedraza as he plays it back there. Leeds just potentially going to make a substitution soon. Bit of a weird one, like both teams have been kind of feeling each other out. It's been quite a tough tackling game, but we've learned a little bit. Buchanan tries to play the ball into the box. What a block there by Biol. That's why you signed him. That is why we signed Biol. Ball got cut back to the edge of the box, and really, in a lot of games, you would expect that to just be swept into the bottom corner. But Biol just threw his body in the way. And then the second shot, the follow-up, was just blazed over the bar. But great challenge there from Biol to block that one from going in. Looks like Harry Gray is going to be making an appearance. Here's Melier. Now Rodon. Byram. Tanaka. Oh, Piru's been thrown to the ground there. Surely to God the referee would actually give that. Nope. No, I don't think there's been a single yellow card. Looks like Leeds will be making a sub soon, so we'll see who that is coming off for Harry Gray. Well, here's Ampadu. Now Goodmanson. Gruev. Little chip ball down the line towards Ramazani. Goodmanson tries to get on the other end of it, but it's been knocked out for a throw in there, and now Leeds are going to make the substitution, I think. Harry Gray is going to be the one coming on. I imagine it might be Aronson, considering the Ramazani's only just come on. Yes, it is. Aronson, who I must say has had a very good game out on the wing. I've appreciated what he's done out there. I think he's been very, very good, Aronson. And Leeds are now making a sub and bringing on young Harry Gray of the Gray family dynasty, of course. Hey, we're at 9,702 subscribers, so we need 298 subscribers to hit 10k before the start of the season. I think maybe a few weeks into the season we'll hit it, but yeah. Ball forward here from Villareal. It's done well there, the Villareal forward, but taken away there by Harry Gray. Gives the ball back there to Sam Byram, who's going to have to turn on it and clear it, and he does well to do so. Piru does well there, but he's going to eventually end up back with the Villareal goalkeeper. Different positions, isn't it, as well, Mark, so it's hard to tell. But at this stage, let's just see what he can do, really. Here's another of the substitutes for Villareal. Pull forward though now. Out to the right hand side for Buchanan. Knocked back inside and switched out to the left hand side, but a little header there from Harry Gray has taken it away from them, but they do still have the ball. Here's Buchanan. Now Parejo. Out wide to Buchanan again, up against Goodmanson. He's played a ball around the corner here. Gruev trying to stop it, and a little flick. It's gone straight into the gloves of Meslier there. Akira Shibata saying Villarreal switches of play pose a real threat to us. How can we defend against them? The thing is with football in general, whatever system you set up, it's going to have all of its positives that you want it to have in terms of attacking and stuff like that. But every system that you set up is going to be vulnerable to at least one way of playing against it. And that's just a fact, really. There's no system that's perfect, because other teams can always try to exploit the weaknesses left by the system. With the switches of play thing, we've just got to make sure that we try and force them to stay out wide as much as possible and kind of defend the middle of the pitch where the goal is. And I do think our rest defence will be decent when it's a combination of Ampadu, Stack, Rodon and Biol. I think those four playing together will really help us in that defensive phases. Peru trying to win the ball back, but Villarreal do seem to be having a lot of sustained possession at the moment. I wouldn't have said that they had a massive threat from it, to be fair, the crossfield ball. They've been doing it a lot, but it hasn't created a massive amount for them. Here's Parejo. Out wide now. Pedraza now trying to fashion a chance to put the ball in the box. He crosses it. It goes over absolutely everyone. It's going to be a Leeds goal kick, I think, in the end. $35,000 in the stadium. Biel with a clearance down the line here. Villareal still keeping the ball here, having a lot of domination of possession in the late stages. But, I mean, it's encouraging because we are lacking a little bit of dominance up front, as Little Fokker says. We are. But the problem is we haven't signed a striker yet, and we haven't also signed another winger, which is what we wanted to do. So it is going to be like that. The positive to take, though, is that we're playing against someone who finished 5th in La Liga last season and will be playing Champions League football. So if you consider that this would be a case of us playing against somebody like a Newcastle or a Villa or Nottingham Forest, and you came out with a 1-1 draw against any of those teams, I think you'd be very happy with that in the league. So let's consider kind of who their level would be in terms of other Premier League opposition. So I think if we played a pre-season friendly against Newcastle or Villa or somebody like that and we drew 1-1, I think you're fairly happy with that result. The fullbacks just run into Ramazani's chest for a bit of beef there late on, but he's having a go at him now. I can see he's just having a go at Ramazani. I think Ramazani's just trying to win the ball. Like, Yes, you ended up in past the touchline, but he's literally just trying to win the ball, and he did win it as well. So what can you possibly have a go at him for? "17 years ago yesterday that some fella called Becchio came to Leeds. One of my firm favourites as a kid, Becchio. This is the physical issues we'll get in the Prem games." Yeah, but if we start with... he's pushing and shoving him still, that player on Ramazani. If we play with the kind of full physical outfit that we have, with Biyol starting and stacking midfield and stuff, I think we're more than capable of dealing with the physicality of the Premier League. There's a lot of holding and pulling and shoving and bad tackles from Villareal in this game as well. It's a friendly, for God's sake. Treat it as such. No, in all seriousness, you do have to try and win the game, don't you? Chance to put the ball in the box there. If you think Eddie Gray is the greatest Leeds player ever, John, check out the link in the description down below. If you click on the Etsy link, I've done an art print of some of Leeds' legends, and it does feature Eddie Gray in like a Queen style band poster thing with Billy Bremner, Lucas Radaby, Ramazani, little flick on onto the bar, and I think it was Harry Gray who got the flick on as well. You know, it was offside in the end, but Harry Gray nearly scored. It's a good header in the end, but just unlucky. Hey, somebody ordered a print. Thanks very much. I'll just copy this link. There's still a little bit of afters with this player. Anyway, if you want to check out my prints, that's the link there. And you should be able to find some... There's an illustration of Ampadu, and there's loads on there, so you go and check them out. If you want to make a purchase, that'd be greatly appreciated, and I'll get that shipped out to you. Well, Billy Bremner's also on that print. Here's Gruev, with a chance to put the ball forward towards the Villareal penalty area. Here's Gruev with the ball forward towards the box, headed over the bar by Sam Byram. And that's going to be the last kick/head of the game. And it ends 1-1 at Elland Road between Villareal and Leeds United. And like I say, the positive to take from this game for me is that this is the type of team that we'll be playing against in the Premier League. And if you can get a draw out of them, obviously it's a pre-season friendly. We didn't look outclassed at any point, I don't think. And if we have somebody a little bit more aggressive up front, a new striker, then yeah. And also it's shown us that Aronson will probably be a very good option as a winger. And we scored a goal as well. So yeah, there's plenty of positives to take from it. Needs some improvement in the performance from the likes of Longstaff, and I thought Schmidt was okay, but maybe at times wasn't fantastic. But yeah, thank you, Akira, for the 800 yen. Much appreciated. Thanks so much for the super chat there. Let me go and give that a heart in the chat down below, and make sure everybody hits the like on Akira's super chat as well. Really appreciate that. And yes, of course, that is us then for this one. Plenty of other content to watch, by the way, if you're wanting your Leeds United fix. Down below on the channel today, came out at 12, is a video about Bilal El Khanous, who Leeds are rumoured to have put in, or rumoured to be willing to pay the release clause of £24.5 million for. That's out on the channel today, and of course there'll be plenty more content in the coming days and weeks. There will be a video at some point talking about James Justin and stuff as well, and kind of that backup fullback position and striker, and there's plenty to say sub for. And if you haven't, and if you're new here, make sure you hit that sub button down below, as there'll be plenty more Leeds United content. And if you are new to the live watch-alongs, make sure you come and join us when the season starts, because there'll be plenty more of these. And one last time before we go, if you want to get your Leeds United, anything from the Leeds United store, use my link down in the description below, and I'll get a small kickback from that at no extra cost to you with this lovely new Leeds United away kit. And of course, as well, there is the Etsy prints that I make as well, that you can go ahead and get one of those if you want. And just check out all the links in the description, basically. And if you want any Leeds YouTuber merch or just Leeds stuff in general from Back 4 merch, if you use Leeds Literally 10 at checkout and use my link in the description below, you'll get yourself 10% off. But yeah, look, plenty more to stick around for on the channel. If you haven't already, like the stream, hit that sub button, and make sure you stick around, because we'll be doing a live watch along for hopefully every game next season. I might try and get tickets to Newcastle away. But yeah, so thanks for watching Leeds Lately, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks everyone.